Alright, hello, this is Josh589 here. I know this document right here has caused a bit of confusion, so hopefully this video here is to clarify. I do plan on making some individualized videos for a few things, but other than that, I'm going to try to get most of this here, at least the basics here, done. So, first thing you have to realize here is that we have 19 rare ghosts that are all in here. So you got your lethals. So like this right here is your lethal hammer, lethal slinker. This is a bomb hammer. You can see the matchings there, and then if you're not sure, there's this document you can easily see like images of them directly. This set right here was done by Amory64. However, if it's easier, there's also these images I have done, and I have screenshots from the Switch in here as well, which might be easier to work with. So, and then you'll notice here there's also letters. So the idea here is that you're going to have a letter also, and you're going to assign a member of that group to that letter. That's a key thing with this here that you're going to do. So, and then also very other important thing I have to go over is Luigi's. This is very important also. This plays a huge role too. So, one thing to realize here is that co-ops do not affect this at all in the slightest. They are not they're treated as if they didn't exist when it comes in this regard. So you want to just be looking at the number of Luigi's themselves. Don't count co-ops for this metric. Also, a very important thing also is to keep in mind that for the effect of like someone joining or leaving, has to be done before the floor starts. If it's done during or after the floor if it's done after the floor starts, it will not have any effect at all. Very important to be mindful about that. Now, I'm going to start with some examples here. So this 3L is for like 3 Luigi's. And then, floor 5, floor 10, 15. And then I also have this chart right here. So I have all of them ranked here, these images here. And then I could put these here to represent the actual ghost we get in these examples. I mean, I don't have video for them, but these are just like examples on top of my head. So, we start off here. You see total amount of ghosts. We just say we start with 5 here. So if we look, and then what we can do here is, okay, if you want to look at our document here, so we're going to first go over to 3L. There's this outline here, so I'm just going to scroll over to 3L. Alright. And then you can, right off the bat, you can see how there's like 5, you can see 5, then 6. So what you want to look here is we want to look at, okay, this right here, so we know it's either going to be B or C, which we know we can say, so we can bring these up just to show you. So these are 2 B1s here, bombing region hammers, and we got these here. And then we know, okay, floor 5, we're going to have one of these 9 here. So, with this in mind, we don't need to consider we have all 9 possible contenders here, possible ones we have. So let's just say we get Manic Coops on floor 5. So what I'll do here is I will put C5 for that because there's 5 of them. So this is the rank here, and then I have a colon, and then I put the quantity of it appearing here. And then because this is the first time it appears, I'm also going to make this red. So kind of the idea I've thought here is to have the one you first encounter on floor 5 be red. The second one the first time you encounter the rare ghost you encounter the first time on the 10th floor will be green, and then the one that only appears on floor 15 will be blue. Just so that's like a consistent order coloring. So we will have we'll have 5-minute groups here. So in fact we can, because we just assigned that here, basically this is just an example right on top of my head. We know we're going to have it on all 3, so we're just going to put all 3 of these here. Right off the bat. Move all these down here. Alright. So now let's say we get 7 on floor 10. So we go over here. You gotta see here. So now we're looking for 7. So we're gonna look here. So for in this column here. That's 5, so that's too many. That's too many. Over here we get possibilities here. Because now I see it's the right number. So now we're looking at possibly one of these coming. Not that. One of these 3, and one of these 4 coming here. So, and let's just say it's bomb groups for the sake of, doing this here. And because I already assigned that red, I'll just put this like this here, because, I mean, we already know that the red in the C is going to be is going to be red, so we'll just make this, and then we'll make this green, because it's the second one. We'll just say bomb group. Alright, and make sure these add up to the total amount of ghosts you see. This will be present on the bottom right-hand corner. When you after the floor generates, you'll see the total amount of ghosts, bottom right-hand corner. That's what you want to look for, and you want to make sure that number matches the total you're looking at. And now, if we go over here, and now, let's just say now there's 8. Well, if we go over here now, go back to this chart here, we have this right here. But now we look for 8. So, we want to look for 8, but we want to make sure it's on this column on the furthest right. Because this first total right here is for floor 5, this one here is for floor 10, and then this one on the far right is for floor 15. So, right off the bat, and we of course have this, right here. So we want to only be looking in this, like this parameter here, for our possible 1. Now there's only 2 options to give us, it's either A or B. So, this in mind, let's move these up real quick. With that in mind, now we're looking at these 7 possibilities I'm pulling up here. These 7 possibilities. You know it has to be one of these 7. If it was, like, say, this one right here would be 8, so we can eliminate that. We'll just say it's like lethal slinker, so then we would put here, and of course, because we have, and this order right here isn't dictated by the order of the flooring, it's dictated by the group order. So you got A, B, then C, then bomb movers, lowercase c, and then you got D, and then E. So that's kind of like the writing for this right here. So we will have this be blue. And then we will have lethal slinker. And this one will be red because this was like the first we got on floor 5. And this one we got on floor 10. We already assigned bomb groups. We don't need to write it again a second time, because we have the color coding to like match it up. So you can see how I use the chart there to navigate to figure out the numbers. Now let's say we got another. We'll do another example. We'll make sure this is clear here. And of course, I can even try 4. 4 is nice and consistent too. Of course, there's every section for each Luigi count. So, and now focusing on this chart here. So let's just say we start off with 6 here. We start off initially with 6. Alright. Let's get all these. Alright, move this down here since it is possible to get in there for this new example here. Yeah, I will make sure there will be a link to this too. So you can use it for like visualization purposes. And here's the last 2. Oh. Which one am I missing here? Oh. No? Oh, here you are. Okay. Yeah. And then, yeah. So these are the 8 we could have here. And we'll just say this is speed hammers. So I'll just put C6 and then put speed hammers. Speed hammer. Now here, we'll just say that there's 7 now. So, alright. So we know it can't be. And of course, we check here. Okay, so we're going to go back to 4L. I have this all memorized, but I know a lot of people don't. So I go to C, because we here, and we're looking here, and we're like, okay, how can we get 7? And we can see it's A, we would have to get A to either have it. If we have B, then it's 8, so we can't, so we have no, it has to be A right off the bat. And that also tells us how many of each there are. Get this red real quick. And then we'll just say it's warp slinkers, just as an example here. So I'll just put warp slinker here. And then we'll just say it's 7 again. So it's like, okay. Yeah, because. So now we know this also does have to be another A group here, because if we go back to this chart here, the only way we're going to get 7 here is if it's like both of them are A, like right here, because we're only looking at this range here. And this is the only one that matches with 7. Now, because we have warp slinkers already, we don't consider them. So we're going to have these 4 here. these four are the possible contenders. Warp Slingers being eliminated because we got them on floor 10. And let's just say that we get infusing hammers here, because you know how they are. So we'll have Warped Slinker. Then we will have Diffusing Hammer. And then, oh, it's actually, alright, and then we'll just have, I guess I don't need to write this here again. There we go. So, you can see how I'm using the chart here. Now, if you say have something like this right here, now a very important thing to realize is that you can swap members with each other. So this, say, being electric users instead, is not going to be affecting the count at all. There's just one situation where this is problematic, where you can't quite do that necessarily, and it's only one very specific situation. And it's even then, it's very, it only happens in one very specific situation under very specific circumstances, and that is on Luigi's you have 6 ghosts. Now this is where the one major problem can happen. For some reason, if it's speed oozers, you get 6. But if it's bomb goobs or region goobs, you get 7. I'm not sure why this is the case, but on floor 5 with 2 Luigi's, but it is. Outside of this, though, outside of this very, very specific circumstance, there's no issue at all with substituting members. That's part of why I actually don't have, like, say, a ghost written here specifically, because the idea here is that any ghost from any member would work as long as there's no duplicates. Now, also an important thing to note here is if you go look here, if we look at, say, go back here, and we're say, okay, let's take all of the ghosts again, right? We're going to take all ghosts again, but we're just going to swap the order here instead. Very important thing to notice here. So let's just say we get 4, or I guess we could do 4, 7, 7, I guess. Yeah, we can do it like that. So let's just say we have Warp Slinkers for it like this here. Or actually, I guess we can have Diffusing Hammer, actually. So the order is completely different. And we will have and you'll notice something very important here. Just change this back here. A Warped Slinker. And then I will do C3. Is that, notice how the total number of ghosts changed on 415 is the exact same, even though the order of the ghosts we got is different. In fact, if we look at just one combination specifically, and we just change the order that we get them, you'll notice 415, the number for 415 is the exact same. So, let's just get a good one here. Alright. Now let's just look at this right here. Okay, so we end up with, let's just say we have, alright, let's just say we have this right here is our final combination here, alright? A2, C3, D4. We're going to go over here, we'll scroll up here, we'll find A, we'll find that same combination, but from the A. AC, okay? We have this right here. You see how we have the same combination, even though the order is different here. We even go to D here. Again, we have the same combination here, but the order, even though the order is different, we still get like the same combination at the end on floor 15. So that's a very important thing to realize also. Now, if your Luigi count fluctuates for whatever reason, you need to swap which Luigi section you're looking at. That's very important. If you don't do this, that will throw off your measurements, and you'll end up getting wrong. You'll end up getting data which conflicts with it if you don't do that. So if you are like, say if you like finish floor 14 with a full squad and then 2 people leave before the floor ends, you need to go to 2L for floor 15, not 4L. 2L, not 4L. Very important. However, if you say start the floor and then afterwards they leave, then you would still reference 4L for Luigi's. Very important thing to be careful of. Otherwise, this is it for this basic guide here. I'm probably gonna make it one for like more advanced stuff, like maybe probability and stuff. But as of right now, this is the video here. Hope this makes everything clear. As always, you can look in the comment. You can like comment if you have any questions. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye.